sign in public. John Kraft. Olivia County.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hey, Dr. Haven. Hey, Miss Donnie, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. What's going on?
Is that your Gucci girl?
It's Daisy, March.
Oh.
I'm sitting at the table. I'm a board member.
Her phone was not there. So I'm down searching down. Oh, so you were
You don't have to have my thing. It's at the district office. It's okay.
So, I asked her. So she said she'll keep it a minute. So we'll see, right?
Oh, I apologize.
What's in there?
There's copies right up here.
There's two.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I heard he was robbing a store. Did they say that? And Rushmore, my husband, bought me lunch, and it was a late lunch. He said he had just come past them all.
Good, tired. I left the house before 5 o'clock.
You mind if I borrow your pen?
I had to go to Jerry watch sport there, and then I got here.
Hey, I'm gonna come right here. If you leave out,
I left my phone on my desk. My district phone.
I'm good. You good?
here if you talk to them about it, right?
Okay, so I have time. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Johnny, I'm gonna need a microphone.
Yes, sir. Question. Yes, ma'am. Did you bring copies of those resumes? See if you can get some printed, just in case board members didn't bring this. Did you bring yours, Mr. She doesn't have one either. David. Oh, it was so sad. No.
Who? I need to access.
Ask Jamar. Miss Charlie.
I'm gonna insist. Mark's calling my name. I'll take a picture.
Miss Charlie. I'm good, thank you. Yes.
You just sit right here.
Everybody's saying that, you know.
What's going on, my son?
I know you. You sure can. Hold on now.
There you go. Not even looking. I'm doing good. They thought I wasn't gonna show up. Right. I didn't sing all these. So when I researched the ISB, they referred me to these. Yeah, I need one just to speak, if I need to speak to her, but I definitely let her know. Start, call my name on the road. I can guarantee you one is talking with it right now. Let me know. Really couldn't see what's going on. So if I keep on with that. Zach and Darlene don't show up, it's up to y'all. Cause we can work. I mean, we make the quorum. So far, it's only Will and Jamal. So if they don't show up, it's up to y'all. Y'all let me know. But they gonna definitely have to press up my check for this conference tonight. And get my logistical information for the conference. You might as well come to church. There's no light right there. For real, too. What was that? I know what happened. He was desperate coming out. You know, they're not really stuff. They would have to go to court. Like, I would have to be convicted of a crime or something. And they know that. And so once this goes off, like the road goes, it's time for me to find out everything y'all got that I didn't get. And ask me what will it be ready tomorrow to the conference. And this is some action.
So I take it. You know they but I mean, trying to figure out what they want to do.
Okay, we will now call this meeting to order. It is 6:51. Board members, do you have any comments or questions about anything on the agenda? Is everyone okay with everything that's in the consent agenda?
Only 1 second.
She's asked
F3.
why is blank next to capital project?
I can answer that because last month there were no capital projects done, and so it's zeroed out.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, there are no more questions? Okay. Okay, Secretary, could you call the roll, please?
Ms. Wiggins?
Present.
Ms. Jolly's present. Ms. Wallen?
Present.
Mr. Tillman?
Present.
Mr. Lyons? Ms. Gray Everett? Mr. Castillo?
Present. At this point, I'm going to respectfully ask that the secretary, board secretary keeps the minutes, not keep a minute of former member Ghani answering into roll call. She's no longer a member of this board.
Attorney Wong, I am an elected official of School District 149. I was elected in April 2021. I have not resigned from my seat. There is no vacancy for my seat. You all do not have the power to convict me of any crimes. This has not went to court. I do not have a signed court order from a judge removing me from my seat. I am here as a board member to participate in this board meeting. My vote will be counted, and I am encouraging our board secretary to comply with school code and Illinois state law and acknowledge my presence here at this board meeting.
And we won't belabor this for too long. As you all know, at a special board meeting that took place last month, I believe, by 4-2 vote, members of this board substantiated misconduct charges against former board member Gandhi, and she was removed from the board legally. If she wants to challenge that in court, she can do so, but at this point, we have a legal vote of the board having removed her. So she's welcome to stay and participate as a member of the public, but she cannot participate as a board member.
Who are you?
I'm sorry?
Who are you?
I'm one of the district's attorneys.
So you're not a board member.
I'm the board's attorney.
So you're not a board member.
I think I just answered that question.
You're not a board member. I just want to clear that up.
Neither I nor Ms. Ghani are board members.
She
That's
is a board
correct.
member.
I am a board member.
She is a board member.
Thank you for your opinion.
She was elected.
By the residents of District 149, please explain
So
that.
I'm not gonna repeat the directive. It was very clear. You can stay as a member of the public.
You can't direct anybody.
You cannot direct anybody. You work for the Board of Education.
That's correct. I do work for the board members.
And you are here to represent myself as well as the other board members that are here. Fareed, excuse me a second, please. So you are here to represent the Board of Education, which I am a member of, which I was elected to, and I am fulfilling my duties as an elected official. Board Secretary, please continue to acknowledge me as a city board member. The Delgado Law Group has no authority to remove me as a board member.
Okay, so we're going to go to the Pledge of Allegiance. Can everybody stand and take the pledge?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. ALL.
Is there any public comment? If there is, I just ask you to state your name and address for the record, and so we can get back to you if need be. You have 3 minutes to speak.
I'm John Kraft. I'm not going to give my address. I'm with the Edgar County Watchdogs. When I first heard about this alleged removal of a board member, I just had to drive 3 hours up here and voice my opinion. The school board has, can you restart my time, please?
Pardon me, sir?
Can you restart my time, please? A school board has no power to act like they're a court of law and convict anybody of anything. Yes, if you find out somebody moved outside the district, you can declare the seat vacant. If you find out they're mentally incompetent or they died, you can declare the seat vacant. But you can't take it upon yourselves, hold a mock trial, and convict anybody of anything. A conviction comes from a court. You don't have the power to convict anybody. And in order to remove somebody for a conviction, it has to be a conviction by a court, not by a school board that don't want them there. You're disenfranchising all the voters in the school district. They voted for that board member, and come the next time when her term is up, if they don't want her there doing what she's doing, they can vote her out. Just like they can vote everybody out that voted to convict, in quotes, because it's not real. It's not a real conviction. You don't have the power to do that. And I hope they do vote everybody out that voted to convict another board member without lawful authority. And official misconduct goes both ways. You don't have the authority to convict anybody of anything or to remove them from the board based off of your fake conviction. So maybe the state's attorney should look into the official misconduct of the board members that voted to remove her. That's all I have. Thank you, and I appreciate you letting me speak. I just wish you would have started the meeting on time. Thanks.
Thank you for your comment.
I have a question, if you don't have any other, if you don't have any response to that. Okay.
Pardon me?
I have a statement, if you don't have a response to that, I can proceed with the statement.
Sure, you have the floor. You have
Okay.
3 minutes.
My name is Rogera, I live in Dolton. So, a lot of it is echoing what the gentleman said. Just personally, as a voter, it feels like it undermines the will of the voter. It's just like, voter be damned. You are unilaterally doing what you want to do. This is an elected office. I made my vote. So with that said, I also thought that it, was my understanding that school boards didn't even have an authority or have any particular power to, say, remove or convict a board member based on whatever they feel is necessary. I don't see anything that you've put forth, nothing egregious. If anything egregious is happening right now, I would say it is what you are doing to try to exercise some sort of power to remove an elected board member. And I'm stressing the word elected. So I guess to make my question more succinct and just to try to get an answer, is there any precedents or powers or authorities, guidelines, anything, you got any handouts that you can share with the group to say, like, yes, we can do this? Yeah. Just curious.
This is public comment, not public question.
So, it's a comment, it's also a question. If just, I'd appreciate it if you could help me connect the dots on that.
Well, thank you for your comment. There was a process, and if you don't mind leaving your information, I'm sure we can have the attorney's office get whatever information you need to satisfy any questions that you have.
All right, I'll pass the mic for now. I may have another question. Noodle over it for a minute.
Good evening, everyone. As a young man, there were so many individuals, elders, encouraged me. Yes, sir.
Could you state your name and address?
Ernesto Mickens from Dolton. Elected on the school board in 1988. Been on the school board for a very, very long time. I had, during the 60s, older individuals encouraged not only myself, but other young people to get involved in the community. Do your part. Our job is not to sit up there and discourage young people from wanting to obtain offices, and especially those offices where you don't get paid one penny. I'm a strong believer that we should encourage them, library board, park board, school board, then go to where there's money involved. This is a young lady. Our job is to not crucify her, but to encourage her. We want young people to get involved so they can stay involved into their 60s and 70s. I'm here to support this young lady because her integrity in the community and what I've heard is on point. So many young people have watched this young lady go through, not just from the community, but go through the ranks and be on District 148 school board. We're proud of her. So I'm here to support you and support any young person to get involved. And my job is, like I tell my son, our job is to protect our women, our children, and our seniors. Not to crucify them and kill them, especially at a time like this in America. So you stay firm. We're going to do all we can to encourage you because there's so many individuals elected you to be on that school board. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
So, as I was thinking about this, I was also thinking about like the notification process, right? So, I guess my question is, it feels like it just seems like a very swift action that you all are trying to pass through here. Are there notification guidelines in place to notify the public or to notify the person that you're trying to give the boot to respond? So again, any guidelines? You got any
Statutes.
just in, well, statutes is a good one. Thanks.
You got any statutes?
Thanks, group.
Lawful
Any
statutes?
or any? Can you give me just like a pass out? You know, a piece of paper saying this is, you know, I'm just a very document data driven person. So if I could just get some kind of documentation letting me know, like, yes, this is what we're doing and this is the law. I mean, I'm sure it exists, right?
Yes, it certainly was a process. And again, if you leave your information, we can get your questions answered. Not a question, not a problem.
No, I mean about the policies in place. You know, just even the timing. You know, like, okay, X amount of hours are required to give the person time to respond. Was that done? And if so, like, just the timeline of documentation. It would be helpful to understand.
Yeah, again, same answer. We can certainly get that to you, but yeah, we have to. I think your time. Yeah, your time is. Yeah.
Because it just seems like everything is just been pretty expedited, and I'm just getting feels of like blindsidedness going on, and that just doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, I understand. So we're going to. Is there anyone else who have a comment, question, comment?
Well, Jared, keep the microphone, please. Did it say I as a board member resign? From ISC.
Okay, so there's no other one with comments, we'll move.
There's another meeting in a couple of minutes.
Okay, so let me just really quickly
Ma'am,
try to address this question.
members of the public get 3 minutes to speak, not.
And you're
3
not
minutes
the,
every time
you're
they
not the
stand up.
president or the chairman.
3 minutes is-
You don't have any say, it's the chairman's call.
It's not according to them, no one's fault here, so they should be giving it.
I've been gifted a few minutes, so I think I should be able to speak. I've been gifted a few minutes here.
Well,
So would you agree?
give it to us and then we're gonna have to move on.
Okay, gotcha. So what I'm holding here looks like a document notifying of a vacancy. And to my knowledge, no vacancy was reported, remitted, no one willfully vacated anything. So just kind of wondering, what was the impetus behind this? I mean, was it just, you just said, hey, we're gonna send a vacancy? I'm just curious about this one. I think that was under 3 minutes. Question, I mean, does anybody have any knowledge of this vacancy posting?
And just so you won't feel like you're being ignored by the majority of the members who are starting this crusade against me, or for lack of better words, as Mr. Ernesto Lincoln said, trying to crucify me, this is something the board attorney should be legally able to speak to, but since you are acting so biasedly and unethically against me, Attorney Wong, it really is, it misinforms our community as far as what's going on. And it's not fair for you to continue to take our money and waste taxpayers' dollars. These are taxpayer citizens of our district who have legitimate questions on how you can place a vacancy on a website where I never agreed to step down from my seat. Your allegations against me are nothing to convict me in court of. If it was, that documentation that you sent to the state's attorney dated November 10th would have been sent the first time you tried to allege that I committed that race with April Brown. And let the record reflect that meeting, we all voted no for that. We all voted no for that. So, like I said, on my November 3rd hearing, you all are reaching. I am not releasing my seat. You will not have me vacated from my seat under any circumstances. So our best option is to try to work together to try to make this district better.
Okay.
So we're going to move the meeting
I don't even
forward.
see a reason for a vacancy on here. I'll just close with that.
No, I can guarantee you they sent no reason for a vacancy. They just sent that posting to the ISC saying there was a vacancy with no reason given. But this is how unethical and biased attorneys work when they're the behest of board members who do not like a young woman in her position.
I'll close with that.
Okay, Superintendent, to you, we start with your cabinet report.
Make sure every vote counts.
Good evening, everyone. Happy National Board Members Week to all of our esteemed board members. And on behalf of myself and all of the 149 administrators, we just gifted you with just a token of our appreciation for you. And the
I hope I
work
get one.
and support that
That's
you.
my point, Dr. Webb. Thank you, I appreciate it. I know.
First, I'd like to report our student enrollment data. That enrollment to date. Currently, there are 1,723 elementary students enrolled and 516 students in the middle school for a total of 2,239 students district-wide. Also, our current vacancies are 14 certified teachers, classroom teachers, 3 specials teachers, 1 literacy coach, and 1 AP position. So there are also 11 permanent guest teachers and 3 day-to-day subs who are currently filling the roles of those 14 certified teachers. I reported to the board a few meetings ago about the safety of our students, and now we are happy to report that we have up-to-date evacuation maps, and every building entry and exit door has been marked accordingly in case of emergency entries and exits. This will also put us in compliance with our life safety inspection that will be held on December 1st. We have received our school designations from the state. We have another comprehensive school, our School of Fine Arts, and 1 more targeted school, which is Creative Communication School. 6 other schools have a commendable rating this year, but it is important to remember that the school improvement cycle is for 4 years. And so the true numbers of schools and designations now are, we had 5 commendable, we now have 4 commendable schools, MBLA, CMB, BV, and STEM. We had one school that had comprehensive status, which is in intense need of support. We now have 2. Those schools are SOFA and DeepNet. And we had 1 school that was targeted. We have now increased that to 2 schools that are targeted. That's Caroline Sibley and CCA. This year we will have our district-wide spelling bee, a math decathlon, poetry slam, art galleries, and debate teams where our students can flex their academic muscles and experience academic competition. So stay tuned for that. We will be gifting them with certificates and trophies for their district-wide competitive competitions. And then lastly, I have partnered with Thornwood School District 205 to begin a student band here in our district. We are in the process of hiring a music teacher to be our band director, and we look forward to the fine arts education that our students will receive. That completes my superintendent's report.
Thank you, Superintendent. Before we move on, I'd like to make sure that we acknowledge that Board Member Gray Everett is at the table now. Okay, we'll move on. And we'll move on and hear from the business office with Mr. Pitts.
Good evening, Board of Education, Superintendent White, staff, administrators, and guests. Tonight I'm here to present to you the FY22 estimated tax levy. You each have a packet in your hands, and there's one on the screen. So what is a tax levy? A tax levy, the amount of money a school district and or local government taxing district requests and certifies to be raised from property taxes to provide sufficient fundings for its programs, services, and or operations. So basically, the levy is the Board of Education's request to the county for property taxes. The extension, which is the actual amount of money received by a local government taxing body. So the extension is basically what the county ends up putting on the tax bills. We levy in the following funds: education, operation and maintenance, transportation, working cash, IMRF, and Social Security and tort liability. On this screen, I'm going to just let you look over the definitions that are on the screen explaining what some of the key terms are for a tax levy. So I'll give you a moment to look at that. On this next screen is a history of the CPI rates for the last 30 years. The CPI rate is basically inflation. As you can see this year, 2023's year, we are at the max, which is 5%, which is the highest it's been in 30 years. Okay, so this screen right here and the next couple screens will show the calculations on how I calculated the FY22 estimated tax levy. Every year in October, PMA Asset Management Group has a workshop where they go talk about the economic and market updates. They provide a beautiful template, an Excel spreadsheet that helps the district CSBOs do their levy for the upcoming year. Not only do they provide this template, they have consultants that walk around to answer any questions that you may have. They are a great resource to all CSBOs in helping with the tax levy. Tax levy is a very important document for the funding for the district. So, oops, let me go back one. So this slide, the first column, as you can see in blue, what that column is the extension from last year. So that's the money we received last year. So the next section, where all the dark lines are, the one that do not have blackout areas where you can see a percentage, those funds, they have a ceiling rate. So you can't go over those ceiling rates. So operation and maintenance has a ceiling rate, and so does working cash.
When you say go over, do you mean spend?
You can't levy for higher than that. If you levy higher than the ceiling rate, you lose that money. Okay, so then the next section, where it's the next blue column of all the numbers, that is your weighted extended rate. So that's based on the prior year. This takes into account the CPI, which is your inflation, and your change in EAV. So your change in EAV would be new property. So estimating new property is what changes your EAV, and that's probably one of the hardest numbers to come by in a tax levy, to find out what new property is in your district. So the next column, which is the green column, and that's what I levied. So the numbers are a little slightly different than the column before it, because I have to take into account what our fund balance is. So I look at our fund balance and where we have our money, and then I appropriate the money to where we need it as a district. So this year, well, you can only levy up to 5%, which is your CPI. That's as high as you can go. So this year's a little difficult because the levy is, you can only go up to 5%, and the CPI is only at 5%. So there's not a lot of room, buffer room. So this is just a basic breakdown of all the funds that we levied last year and what we levied this year. So it just itemizes it in a little cleaner sense. So last year we levied a total of $13.7 million. This year we're levying $14.3 million. And there's a nice graph for you to look at the different funds so you can see where we spend our money at. Okay, so what's next? That's what's important. So what's next is today I'm presenting the estimated tax levy to the board. We have to do that within 20 days. It's a requirement. So we have to adopt and accept the levy at our next board meeting, which is December 14th. Okay, so if you have to have a truth and taxation hearing, which we do not, that would have to be done 14 days, no more than 14 days before the hearing. So, and then on our next board meeting, we would adopt the levy. We file the certificate of levy to the board, Cook County Clerk. We post it on our website, and then the last Tuesday in December, we have to have it filed. And then in June, we'll get our document that shows what we received. Okay, so normally we receive those in June. This year we received them in November. So there was a time crunch in getting the levy done. Okay, so this slide goes with the Public Act of 102-0895. This requires all school districts to disclose to the public at a public hearing at which the district certifies its budget and levy for the taxable year. It casts reserve balance of all funds held by the district related to its operational levy. So I have to show this is our unaudited fund balance as of 6/30/2022. So this is a requirement by the state that I have to show you what our fund balance is along with our estimated levy. And then that's basically a graph of our fund balances as of 6/30/2022. It's an estimate. It's an unaudited balance. Any questions?
Can I get a copy of the report, Ms. Jones?
And that's the end of my presentation.
Janice. Janice,
Yes, ma'am.
I do have a quick question. This has to be in like the last two from December.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this something that we have to vote on or?
You will at the next board meeting.
The next board?
At the next board meeting, you'll adopt the levy.
If they can wait for years.
Yes, ma'am. Nope, absolutely not. Thank you so much.
Not yet. I think they still want to.
With the board votes, we're not going to do for a report, so we're going to move to the consent agenda. So I need a,
Excuse me,
Yeah.
I have a question on that. Janice.
are you saying the consent
Yeah,
or?
yeah, everything else is good. On the consent agenda, real quickly here, under transportation funds, isn't this is for a month, $3,432. Aren't we missing like a lot of numbers? Or is
Yes,
this just for
ma'am.
something specific?
Actually, for student got us their bills late. They didn't make the cutoff to make the board packet.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're not gonna try to charge us interest on the next month, right?
No. I talked to Ms. Siobhan and we're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, under F, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda items. This will be F1 through F7. The motion in second.
So moved.
Excuse me, I was wondering, in there is the breakfast with Santa? I was wondering if we could reconsider some of those prices that we have.
On that flyer? Is it in here?
No, it's not.
So that's
Can
something we
we
can talk about in closed
table that
session?
till executive session? Or?
Yeah.
Executive session.
Oh,
It's
well,
not in- it's not in
afterwards.
here.
Then I see some.
So, Ms. Gray Everett, it was on last month's agenda, but the prices were not on there, and even as we speak, we're working through, what those, costs will be. But the approval for last month's, the third's meeting was if we could move forward with planning and making purchases for breakfast with Santa.
So are those prices, can we change them, or is it?
We're in the
something that went out?
planning stages now,
Okay.
and so we don't have costs yet.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
So I'll go back to it. On the consent agenda, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda. This will be items F1 through F7. I'll motion. I need a second.
So,
Motion by Mr. Tillman, second by Mrs. Jermaine. Secretary, please call the roll.
first of all, I want to say, I will call the roll, but I want to be noted that I will call Ms. Guy's name until we get further information from state's attorney according to the code, school code. I'm going to continue to call her name. And she did motion first. So, but I will go, Mr. Tillman,
Yes.
Ms. Liggins. Oh, Mr. Monk. Yes. Ms. Liggins.
Yes.
Ms. Dolly says yes. Ms. Guy.
Yes.
Ms. Gray Everett.
Yes.
Mr. Costello.
Yes.
Okay, so we have to, for process, we need to kind of move some things around, or some things we need to talk about. So I'm going to, what I want to do, I'll tell you what we're doing. So we're going to move to go to closed session first, and then from there we'll go to old business, and then we'll go to new business. There's some things on here that we need to talk about in closed session. So I'm going to make a motion that we suspend the regular order of business on the agenda and move it as I just stated. I'll make that motion. I need a second on that. Motion by Mr. Tillman, second by Mrs. Jermaine. Secretary, please call the roll.
Mr. Tillman.
Yes.
Ms. Jermaine. Yes. Ms. Liggins.
Yes.
Ms. Charlie says yes. Ms. Guy.
Yes.
Ms. Gray Everett.
Yes.
Mr. Costello.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, then, with now H being next, I make a motion to adjourn the closed session pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act for the purposes of consideration of appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of Dolton School District 149. Secondly, for litigation when an action against affecting or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting. That's 5 ILCS 120-2C11. And then for student disciplinary cases, 5 ILCS 120-2C9. I make a motion for that. Need a second.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Tillman, Second by Mrs. Liggins. Secretary, please call the roll.
I believe that motion was made by Ms. Liggins, second by Board Member Donnie. For the record.
Ms. Liggins?
Motion by Mrs.
Donnie?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman? Ms. Jamari? Ms. Graham? Mr. Costello?
Then I'll second the motion. Okay, we're going to close session.
Do you have any idea how long it'll be?
Thank you.
Hopefully,